I liked you better with glasses.
Too bad. I like me better without them.
Welcome back, pretty fans. This is Vicky Pizzalia, host of Better with Glasses. I'm here with Casey.
Hey.
And we are here for episode 4.
Yeah, by the end of this, we'll be more than halfway through the series, and it's been a wild ride already.
But before we go into the episode, just wanted to really quickly, guys, say thank you for all of the follows, all of the likes, all the subscribers, all the support. It's just so nice to know that people are engaging with us, engaging with the material, and love the source material. When I started this, I think I said something like, I didn't know how it would go, but I had such a great love for this cast, great love for the show and the story, and it's just really nice to be able to share things that you love with other people, and that there's such a great, strong fan base out there.
Yes,
So,
I've been
thank
doing
you.
podcasts for a long time, and whether it be sports or movies, reviews, or other stuff, and this is by far the most support that I've seen, so it really is special.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right, so episode 4 is Summer Heat, and before we get into it, I will just lead by saying this is far and away my favorite episode.
So many cinematic elements to this episode, and I'm not lying when I tell you that Vicky's watched this episode 25 times.
more than any other ones, I think. So
it's also our dog's favorite episode.
Yeah, check out a post of our dog Shay being totally and completely enthralled by what she was seeing on the screen. But it's a top episode. I think that a huge reason for that is it's a good standalone. We were talking about this earlier. It's
set around one holiday.
Yep, which is the 4th of July. So can't go wrong with a holiday episode.
Yeah, think back to all the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, Thanksgiving episodes.
Mm-hmm.
The Office Christmas episodes. It's been forever, and they always work well.
It's a great backdrop. And
yes.
one thing that sucked me into the show in general is that it's released in the summer. It is in a beautiful place. I'm immediately transported to wherever they are, and I want to be a part of that. And throwing parties, getting the decorations in order, all of that stuff, their excitement around it, some more than others, based on the guest list for the party. But it's just great. And it starts off with Belly. Sometimes they start off with flashbacks, and this episode they started with a voiceover from Belly. And she's just excited. It's a nice voiceover because she talks about the 4th of July. We find out it's Susanna's favorite holiday. She talks about the tradition of it, but she said that this year, kind of going back to what she said at the end in a voiceover of the first episode, she said, well, this year it's going to be different. Things are changing, people are changing, and maybe I should too. And fast forward 4 episodes now, she's done that. She's excited because it's not just about her as a part of this family tradition. It's her, and she has friends that are coming over, and she has plans.
She's turning pretty.
Yeah. That leads to the breakfast scene. Laurel is wearing makeup. They're poking fun at her for wearing makeup. We find out that the dads, well, I guess we find out one of the dads is coming. Dad's new girlfriend, Victoria, is coming and staying in the room next to Belly. So that's a great little setup. You see, what is it? Conrad went out to start working on the clams or whatever.
Like
they do a big they do a big clam bake. Oh, he's going to wash the clams. They do a clam bake. He comes back in. I didn't quite understand this. I don't know. I'm going to need more from season 2, which I think they're going to deliver on. But he's just so happy. Like he's not happy a lot, and Conrad is very happy when he finds out that his dad isn't going to be coming.
I know, it's weird.
It is weird because you don't know a lot about that relationship yet. But Jeremiah is clearly clearly bummed about it all. He wanted to show his dad some fireworks.
Yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking.
That'll come back. Cut to I just it's a very small scene, but I figured it's important to state. Then you get Laurel kind of going off to a side room and texting Adam Fisher, and you don't know what she's going to text, but you know she's probably calling him out for working instead of coming to the beach house. So you got that. Into one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, the making the bed scene.
Making the bed scene. Making the bed scene.
Apparently, it really works.
Oh yeah, yeah. Conrad Fisher of The Summer I Turned Pretty taught me how to get tight corners. It's a very small part of the book, and I had to go back and find it because I could have sworn that it was in there. But I believe it's book 2, when, not to spoil too much, when Belly is at Brown with Jeremiah, she makes a comment about how his bed is unmade. And she makes a comment about how he always makes his bed at the summer house, and hotel corners and everything is what was brought up in the book. So it was nice that Jenny brought that back and then also made a very, very cute scene out of it. I think it's an important scene.
Well, you get to see them, and like she mentions, this is what it could be like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the good times of just them joking around.
It is
a good scene.
It's a very adult thing. When you and I first got together, I would always comment on, oh, I've always wanted to go grocery shopping.
Yeah, go
with
furniture
somebody.
shopping.
Go furniture shopping. Yeah, because those are things that you don't do with just somebody that you're dating.
You don't do when you're young, generally.
And you don't do when you're young. So I thought that was well written. And somebody can fact check me on this. This is the first real scene of those two interacting where there's no tension.
Michelle.
Yeah. For me, my first time watching it, this was the first time where I was watching those two together, and without having to make up in my own head the fact that they had history, it was the first time that I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I can see why she is into Conrad. If a lot more of those scenes is the history that they've had together, because it's the first time, like, other than the interaction where he's smoking pot and she calls him out on it, and then the one after the drive-in, those are the only 2 other scenes that we've seen of those two together. And here they're laughing and joking, and he's being funny and charming.
He's capable of being a happy person.
Yes. Then where are we at? Oh, great arrival.
Oh yeah, the music too. Yeah,
the music coming in, and then you see a car roll up. Victoria steps out.
Ray DeRosa, shout out. Trying to get her on the podcast.
Yeah, she's great. What was your reaction when she stepped out of the car? Every fan reaction I've seen comments on how young she is.
Common trope, I would say. Mid-40s divorced person, they always go younger.
Yeah.
Right? And she looked like she was, I would say 30s, late 20s to 30s. Very pretty.
It made sense. She was just,
it made sense.
She was just young. Yeah, she was just young.
And
it gets commented on. So I like that they did it, but I like that the kids actually comment on it.
The rad dad himself, John, is a pretty good looking guy, right? So I think definitely believable.
Okay.
What's everyone else's reaction?
Well, everyone else's reaction is like, oh, she's a child. How old is she actually? Which it is in line. It's funny watching reaction videos, because then you get, Belly saying the exact same thing upon meeting her.
Well, if you think about it, she's like, that's like 10 years difference.
Yeah.
Which isn't too much.
Yeah. But I like the insert. I like that they introduce the character.
She's young enough where I thought that in the next scene, Jeremiah might have a chance if he just keeps playing that playlist, hitting on her.
There's a lot of opinions about how Jeremiah is like almost too flirty.
He's always got his game turned on.
Then we get a great quote from Belly
the
to Steven, like, we got to do something about this. We got to check her ID. She does not look 27.
knock off Dakota Johnson's getting her
Claws in our dad.
It's a great scene.
It's good.
And
they're quick. I like the fact that it's all very good content, but the scenes are quick.
Because I thought she looked a little bit like Dakota Johnson, but then
You think
thinking it's 50 Shades of Grey, I would say.
Like he's like, oh yeah, we decided like that we're gonna stay at a hotel. Susanna's still being the hostess with Moses, right? I love her character, but Laurel and Belly are like, oh yeah, no, like that sounds great. Full house here.
Then we get another rare scene, I would say. A lot of happy moments in this episode, right?
Yeah. Before shit hits the fan.
Yeah. It's like a roller coaster.
Mhm.
You get the two brothers and then Belly in the kitchen, and it's rare for them to have such a jolly scene.
I love that
all
scene.
huddled around the blender.
The great Kool-Aid debacle of 2011.
I was like, yo, who makes Kool-Aid in a blender?
In the book, they love Slurpees, and apparently they wanted a Slurpee. There are no 7-Elevens around in Cousins, so they decide to make their own Slurpees, and they're going to use Kool-Aid to do it. They do it when they're young. So I think Jeremiah and Belly are 8, and they just decide to take out the blender that they probably shouldn't even be messing with.
Proper Kool-Aid construction. You get the big plastic jug
mm-hmm.
and the big ass wooden spoon,
mm-hmm.
and then you go to town that way. Do you have a favorite flavor of Kool-Aid?
Red.
Okay, I'm with you.
Apparently, that's the Fisher's color of choice as well.
I was thinking high C.
Punch.
I was thinking Ecto Cooler, but that's high C. Kool-Aid.
Red.
I mean, I guess red's the classic.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, we got to get some Kool-Aid.
Okay.
We got to get some Kool-Aid. But continue.
It starts off with Marfa. There's a great Marfa reference. I didn't know about any dusty town in Texas called Marfa.
Real quick for y'all. So Marfa, it had a art installation. It's like this dusty Texas town, middle of nowhere, and they had a Prada art installation. It's still there. So if you look up Marfa Prada, you'll see middle of nowhere Texas town with a literal Prada store in the middle of it, and it's a huge Instagram spot. People go there, take pictures. It used to have real Prada stuff inside of it. I'm not sure if it still does, but famous, very famous.
I didn't know about that.
There's also a Target, not in Marfa, but a Target in Texas where it's kind of a similar idea. It's just like in the middle of the desert with a little Target logo on it, and it's a building. Look that up too.
And it is where Victoria learned how to make pomegranate margaritas, which Belly asks for some. I don't know if, when you're brought to
I've got a killer theory.
You're going to make pomegranate margaritas and then also give the 16-year-old some without checking with the parents.
All right, let's stop right here and let's revisit this later.
Okay.
I don't want to, it's got to be for after because I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay. I like the scene. There's a scene before that where Shayla is interacting with Laurel and Mr. Conklin about hedge fund. But she's such a great character. I just shout out to Minnie Mills.
Great fit.
Outfit?
Yeah.
Great outfit. There's a new interview with Minnie actually where I learned that she auditioned for the Belly role, but I guess the director or the casting directors loved her so much they decided to keep her, and they built Shayla, the character, around her.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So, and thank goodness that they did, because I think Steven needed a plot of his own. Well, and those two are they work very well together.
They work well together. They're the cool kids of the bunch, I would say. Great shirt. Great. Again, oh my gosh. Again, great button down.
His bowling shirts are they play well.
For Halloween, we can dress up as it's getting to be that time
of the year.
You're gonna still be in love by Halloween, so
I don't know if this is gonna step on your blender scene, but as they're making the margaritas, There is, I don't even know if there's a knock on the door, but Conrad's talking about how he loves when Laurel puts his dad in his place. And then in walks the dad. Awkward moment for everyone. I feel the worst for Jeremiah in that episode. He's so happy, which honestly, of course he is. He's so happy to see his dad. Conrad's pissed again. And Susanna, I was thinking Susanna, I didn't know how to feel, but immediately when Susanna walks in, just like there's tension.
He gets the brunt of it, the
Mhm.
dad. And although we find out that he did something to
Warranted.
warrant it, it's on Laurel for inviting him. He was staying away on purpose. He was doing what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, he showed up because of Laurel, but hard to put yourself in.
Of course, yeah. I mean, big time.
Then great scene. It could be a throwaway, but I love watching it. I love the young cast, and this is the first time we get to see them all interacting together. It's the beach scene. Belly brings out the pitcher of margaritas.
It's a great party.
Sitting there and just enjoying life. Belly, oh, you just know how it's gonna go, and I'm all here for it. But Belly wants to play a drinking game. So they start playing this drinking game. It's a fun little scene. Good music. Boys are playing cornhole. I love it. You can see the girls dancing in the background. Belly, just girl keeps pouring. She's poured herself how many margaritas
for a girl? For a girl who
he's never drank before.
Yeah, they forgot to show the puking scene.
Again, another book shout out. Apparently, Belly likes tequila. There's a scene in book 2, and I don't know if that's her first time drinking, but they decide to drink. It's her, Jeremiah, and Conrad, and there's a scene in the book where they decide to drink. It's the same thing actually. She takes a shot of tequila. She says, "Oh, that's not bad." And Jeremiah and Conrad just start laughing at her. I think Jeremiah says something like, "Oh, that's because it's mixed with 95% water." But she's a tequila girl. Who knew?
So Cam and Belly.
Conrad
Steven,
and Nicole.
Stephen and
Shayla, obviously.
And which lays out Gigi and Jeremiah.
Yeah. But Gigi is in love with Jeremiah. Gigi loves him. He's not feeling it.
I wonder what beef that Jeremiah has with Gigi.
I don't think he has beef with
Gigi. He doesn't like her? She's cute.
She's cute. I like
2 kids should get together.
Yeah. Jared has some other things on his mind, which we'll get to.
Dad.
Yeah.
And fireworks.
But I like the cornhole scene. It's shot so well. This is, you said this, but it's a very well shot episode. Even the pieces without a lot of dialogue. When who is it? Steven and Cam, they win the cornhole game and they just run at each other and hug each other while Jeremiah is looking at his older brother like, what happened? It's great.
True to life.
Yeah. Then we get what you said was single-handedly the best Lola acting scene.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially in the entire 7 episodes.
Because she's not actually drunk.
Lola? Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a good acting scene. She's asked to do a lot. I mean, this girl is going to be a star.
All-star.
She's going to be a Disney princess one day.
Yeah. It's the scene on the...
And Cam can act his ass off, too.
Yeah.
He really can.
It's a scene on the gazebo. Yeah.
Like, they're 2 of the stronger actors in the show.
What happens? She's sitting there. He comes, and I love Cam. He is trying to get her to drink water. Very believable. He's like, "Oh, here's some water."
Get this. You think Cam's feelings go down at all by having Belly getting all wasted? Because he thought he had a compadre in non-drinking.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So he was like, I feel if I was Cam, I've gone through periods of not drinking before. I'd be like, oh man, I thought I had a soldier with me,
Yeah,
a partner in crime.
I could see that. I think he's also probably freaked out that he's seeing this other side of her, and this other side of her that doesn't have any inhibitions
Yeah.
is staring at Conrad playing football.
This is why most relationships in high school don't last to college.
This is the quintessential RIP Cam episode. I know there's more to happen, but you know where it's gonna go. He already felt that way. We talked about it at the end of episode 3, and now he's actually watching it play out.
All play out in front of him.
Yeah.
Baddies?
Well, then we get I knew Belly was gonna fuck up. I just knew it. And when Nicole is asking Belly, like, do you think Conrad is actually into me? Nicole actually verbalizes that she's concerned about it. He's kind of hot cold with her. They haven't hooked up yet. And Belly kind of saves it, right? Belly, every time her and Nicole have an interaction about Conrad, gets pretty clammed up and like doesn't quite know what to say. This time, it's like, well, he talks about you a lot. Gives Nicole like a glimmer of hope, and I thought that's where she was going to mess up, but no.
No, it's in a different way.
I love the dress. Taylor got me the dress. Oh my God, you and Taylor are the exact same person.
Mega fashion-y?
You're both mega fashion-y.
Great scene.
Mega fashion-y. Baddies. We quote that more than anything else. Baddies, right? And you like the same summer boys.
And which is like, record stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Minnie played that really well too. Like the change of her face. Cam is now like actively pulling at her arm, and Belly unravels. Then
football.
Then football. So Conrad and Jer are tossing the ball around.
So I'm gonna say Conrad's got the right look going. Backwards hat with the leather strap on point. That's how I like to wear mine. So yeah, we were talking about what position he would play on the football field. I can buy that.
Oh, we're big football fans.
He's got a pretty good arm. Looks like he throws a pretty tight spiral. And just judging by the positions on the field, I don't know.
Well, I told you Chris Briney played baseball. I don't know if he was a pitcher, but
yeah, he could be a quarterback. He could be a quarterback. Brown
sitting on the bench.
Before we get to Adam Fisher, we get easy with the velocity, Tom Brady,
which is a line that I've come to love.
It's just not. I pick on it because it's not something that somebody wouldn't say. With two guys are playing catch with a football, no one would say easy with the velocity.
Velocity is
too good of a
big
word.
vocab
word.
Too
big of a word. But we quote it. Another thing we quote all the time. This is our most quotable episode.
It is. For sure. And Adam Fisher shows up, intercepts the ball.
Interception.
Jeremiah, again, just happy to have him there. Conrad.
Jerk.
Yeah. Very, very closed off to Dad.
Well, it's just like, it's a contradicting to me. He's like, go spend some time with Mom. But like, bro, you didn't want him here at all.
Yeah, but if he's going to be here, he needs to spend some time with Mom. I think Conrad can sense that things aren't going well between Mom and Dad. If you're Conrad and you found out that Mom has cancer, and then all of a sudden Dad is not showing up, Dad's always at work, and you don't know that Mom asked Dad to stay away yet, he's probably thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like I have to take care of Mom. You must know, and you're not helping with the situation.
But then, wouldn't he be happy to have him at 4th of July?
Not if he's already been absent. Yeah. And his dad's jerk. That's not.
He does get some pretty D-bag lines, but
purposefully.
Yeah, Tom Everett Scott. I remember him from Boiler Room.
If they follow anywhere close to the books for season 2, we're going to see a lot more Adam Fisher.
Good.
So, and then Uh, I just have to comment on this, even though it's very quick. Poor Belly, has no idea what's going on. She's kind of lost a grip on reality. The girls are packing up to leave. She can't understand why. Cam's standing there with her, and I love David Iacono, the half-hearted like, yeah, guys, stay.
Like he just witnessed what happened. He just witnessed the torpedoing of.
Yeah. And he takes her drink from her. It's a very good nonverbal. He takes her drink from her and says, I'm probably gonna head out too.
Don't you think that?
And she's clueless.
She's clueless. She just wants to keep the. She's like so drunk, drunker than everyone else. Wants to keep the party going. It reminds me of the Him Yim episode where they are like want to have new friends so bad that they smother all the couples when they come over.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Lily and Marshall.
Yeah.
Another show we love, by the way. How I Met Your Mother. We forgot about the interaction that happens before then, where Conrad and Jeremiah went to go dig the clam pit.
Oh fuck! And he throws the thing of dirt at
like dirt or seaweed or something like that.
That would have been hands. That would have been a fight.
And for
Me
sure.
And my brother.
Oh yeah, well, so Casey actually has an older brother.
I feel like if that and we're that age, holy shit.
Well, a lot of restraint on Conrad's part, but I think he realizes that he's being a jerk, and I think that he knows he's affecting Jeremiah, so he's not he's putting it out for the sake of the dad.
In this scene,
he's like, okay, fine, like whatever. Like you still think our dad is.
I'm with Jeremiah on this one. Hero. I'm like, come on, like be nice to dad. What's going on? Like,
yeah,
supposed to be like set it to the side
for at least for today.
July 4th. Come on.
Yeah.
Jeremiah looks bigger than Conrad in the scene.
Taller?
Like just bigger. Watch it again. They like Conrad looks small.
They may have shot that way purposefully. But I mentioned this because then you see Conrad walking with like crap all over him, and Belly, who just lost all of her friends, looks over and is like, sea creature.
Great writing.
You love that writing. Why do you love that writing so much? What is it about?
Because it's so random. It's so random. Like, first of all, for a 16-year-old to have a poll like that, like, awesome.
Okay, fair enough.
It's just unique. You gotta love unique polls and references.
Yeah. Steven, I guess, was inside talking to Adam. Again, Adam just the quintessential dad, country club, rich friends, secret poker.
Big tips.
Yeah, big tips. I only mentioned that scene because obviously, as we know, it comes back. But that's where Steven is. I think he's like in there washing dishes, and then he goes out and the girls are leaving. Their Uber is here. He has an interaction with Shayla, and I don't blame Shayla. I don't blame her at all.
I don't blame. No, Shayla did what she did, but she was very convincing.
Oh, she played it perfectly.
She was very convincing, and if I was Steven, I'm like, oh damn.
I like that she didn't let him lie, though. She mentioned, Taylor, and then he starts to talk about Taylor. It's like, friend. But yeah, and then she's like, I know you hooked up, so we can just get that out there in the open. At which point he looks really hurt, but he did what he did, and consequences. So, but I love Shayla. Just in general, she's a very strong, confident person, and they keep her that way.
I don't know why someone like that.
She doesn't fly off the handle. She's very emotionally competent about it all. You don't get a scene of her like breaking down in tears. She's got control of the situation. Love that girl. Then the shower scene. I can't say it's my favorite. There's so many good ones in this episode, but across the entire run of episodes, it's a top 5. Drunk Belly, 2 margarita glasses, interrupting, and she's so drunk. There's like no sense of personal space, and she just is talking to him while he's in the shower, and he knows it's really cute, and I like how Chris played it. Or probably just some very good direction on it, but he's he's smitten by her, right? Like even us watching it, she's drunk, but just adorable.
She's got the liquid courage going.
Yeah, she's so adorable and she can't even help herself. And he like smirks at her and just straight up asks her, like, how many of those have you had? Because you're being this way. And she calls him out. She calls him out on the infinity necklace, which bold move for our girl to do that, because she's the one that was snooping. He doesn't know anything about it. He does now, and she knew it. She was right. He doesn't admit to it though. So as a first time,
It was a as an omission.
There was an omission there for sure. He doesn't say yes, but he doesn't say no either. And she walks off. I knew it. And what hair? What hair is just so romantic to Belly, at least.
You get what she's saying.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's like saying like
she says that even he I think is still trying to play it off. He's like, what's so romantic about wet hair? And she's like, you don't get it.
The Notebook.
Yeah.
The cover of the Notebook. That's what she's talking about.
Oh, then we get to the scene that makes everyone cringe. You said you hate watching it.
The next two scenes I hate.
Really?
Right? Like the one between Laurel and Susanna.
Oh, yeah.
And Belly Laurel.
Just because it's just too dramatic?
It's just too cringe, awkward.
Oh, yeah.
Feel bad. I would hate to be there. Like,
well, it's again that record scratch moment.
Laura's talking about Belly completely torpedoing this party.
Yeah. Yeah, so
let's start with the
so Belly walks in, 2 drinks in her hand, and she's already downed she's in the middle of downing the second of the 2 margaritas. Laurel catches her. She lets her go. Susanna's bringing out the beautiful, beautiful cake, and Belly trips, falls, cake goes in the pool. It's a disaster. You needed a way to unearth the Susanna Adam thing, which is why it was so important that it happened. Because what we were just talking about, like, yes, Jeremiah was just like, okay, whatever it is, squash it for today, right? Like, we have 8 hours left. Dad will be leaving soon. Just squash it. And that's what Susanna intended to do. Just let the dad be there, not ruin it for the kids, and just get through the day. But if something like that just happened to you, we found out that it was her grandmother's cake stand, she just got embarrassed, and Adam's the one that's trying to help her up, and she just snaps. And that's like the oh shit moment for everyone. Like, oh, they're fighting, even though Laurel had kind of gotten that out of him earlier. And then Belly it's not my favorite quote, but it's a little bit self-serving that it's a great quote. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think Victoria is really cool.
I like that. It was great. And then you don't like the scene after that either, but it's
just like,
it's because we love these two. We love these two and their friendship.
You're about to have it out.
You find out that Adam cheated on Susanna 3 years ago when she had chemo. She didn't tell Laurel back then because Laurel would have told Susanna to leave him, rightly so, just protecting her girl. And now she actually does want to leave him. She said something like, I don't want him there at the end, which I get, but also selfish on Susanna's part. Like, she might not be around. So she's still, the boys still have a father. Like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, I don't know what their living situation is back in Boston, but they could probably live in the same house and avoid each other.
Would you do it for the sake of the kids? Would you do it just for your own self-worth? I don't know. It's
hard
it's
just to put yourself in.
So hard for Susanna.
Maybe she wants to get herself a new thing.
I think everything that Laurel said is true from her perspective and probably true in general.
That from the outsider's view is probably a better call.
And it was truthful and it was honest, but I think it cut. a little bit, and Susanna just claps back with the, well, there's nothing you'd like more
Then to pick up all the pieces.
of my life. Yeah. And then Laurel with the fuck you. It's just well done. Well done.
It's a good, it's acted well.
Oh, those two are
professionals.
great. Yeah, two professionals. And then Laurel storms out.
She's going to get herself a drink.
Mm-hmm. Then what happens after that? Then, obviously it's not my favorite Jeremiah scene, but again, I mentioned this when we were doing Summer Dress. Just I like the moments where Jeremiah is there for his boy. So they're lighting the fireworks. Jeremiah and Steven are talking. Steven's being sad, guilty, all of it about what went down with Shayla. And he confides in Jeremiah. Jeremiah tells him to quit his fucking moping and go tell her.
He translates the conversation they had.
Yeah. But I'm like, Steven, have you never he says he's never felt anyway, this way about anyone before.
And she was convincing.
She was convincing. It's like he's never interacted with a with a girl before. I don't know.
Well, he's probably never been in that situation where he felt that way for someone.
He's probably never cheated on someone. Yeah.
And the definition of their relationship was probably a little bit murky as it is.
Mm-hmm. But I love the Jeremiah, like, all right, give me some. And then Steven runs off.
Jer's the man.
Yeah.
Jer's the man.
Jer's the man, and he has that. I think there's a duality to it, and the way that they splice these scenes together, that was perfect. So you get that from Jeremiah, and then you get Jeremiah coming into the house, and Dad's on his way out. Dad's on his way out, and Jeremiah is upset about it. Clearly, there's a comment about, oh, I'm not as good as Conrad. You can start to see that he's just deeper as a character than we've explored yet. And he's got his own insecurities and he's got his own thing going on. We saw it in episode 3 where we were talking about, you could start to see, right? A little bit of jealousy, a little bit of interest in Belly. And I don't know at that point if the interest in Belly is simply because he always feels a little bit inferior to Conrad, right? Well, she's constantly talking about Conrad.
Conrad is always the guy who's probably really good at sports, all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So Jer is always putting himself on display, being funny, being nice. He's a ham.
Everyone.
Being a ham. Whenever he's at the debutante hall, he's putting on a song and doing a dance and doing this stuff. He hams it up.
Yeah.
So that's how he gets his attention, because Conrad's getting his attention from sports and such.
Yeah. And you get some other coupley interactions that I like. You get Steven going to Shayla, heart in hand, and apologizing. And I like that she didn't overreact to it. I think, again, it's just her character is a fixed point, and they don't drag that out. Sean Kaufman, in an interview, said that what he likes most about his character of Steven is that he loves so deeply and he just kind of wears his emotion on his sleeve, which is the complete and utter contrast of the other two guys. When he fucks up, he just goes and fixes it. He doesn't overthink for too long. And I do like that about the Steven character. And then you get Laurel. We just got to talk about it very quickly. Laurel goes to the hotel bar.
Martini, what up?
Of course, Cleveland is there.
Yep. I mean, where else do writers hang out? They're all hanging out at the same places in Cousins Beach.
I guess so. And I like that those two, this conversation between them shows that they're connected by writing, by being two Asian American authors, and the hole that kind of can pin you down in. I think Jenny probably.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of herself in that. Yeah. And I understand it. Then I didn't notice it the first time around, but then you see Laurel see Victoria and John walk in. She immediately asks Cleveland to get out of there. I was shocked to my very core
of what happened next.
Yeah, the next scene. I thought they were going to go for a nice walk on the beach.
Well,
I don't know
why the show just keeps, it's not so vanilla. There's a lot of
Yeah.
sherbet flavors, and
Well, there's so many relationships. It's so much richer and deeper than just a show about teenagers coming of age.
yeah.
It's not your typical like high school.
This isn't Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
So Laurel and Cleveland, a little bit of funny business there.
In the
A
car.
little hanky panky.
Yeah, in the car in the parking lot. And then I think after that is when she walks in, right? Like you get that scene and then you see her walking in.
Yep.
She's smiling to herself.
Like I just do.
Yeah,
But she's also happy.
she's happy. Which go Laurel.
Yeah.
Go Laurel. She needed that after
So much cereal in this show because she's eating cereal again.
Mm-hmm.
Cereal in the beginning of the show. There's a cupboard filled with cereal. Jared drinks cereal, the milk out of other people's cereal. Every
So
episode,
gross.
there's a cereal.
So gross. But yeah, Belly's sitting there and kind of surprises Laurel, takes her back, and they have a great scene. It's the longest take between those two actors, and it was the first time that I felt that they were close. There was a closeness.
Very typical of a mother-daughter conversation where, the mom will possibly be just very, very nice to the guy who's dating her daughter, but at the end of the day, she always is going to have her daughter's back when it comes to what she chooses. So it was a very true to life interaction, I would say, that they had.
Yeah.
She could have flew off the handle and said, "You're supposed to be dating Cam," but
Oh, like judgy.
judgy.
Yeah. Well, I think this was an important arc for Belly. Like, yes, she got there via getting drunk, but when she sobers up, she has two very important conversations with each of her parents. She's asking dad, does mom not love you anymore? She's asking mom, what was your relationship like with dad? Why didn't that work out? I think there's a lot of self-discovery going on for Belly, and I think I like that she's seeking information. She knows that she fucked up. She knows that she isn't treating Cam right, or there's not, there's something missing from the Cam situation. She keeps being pulled back in by Conrad, and I like that she's not just being very flighty about it all. Like she's starting to actually have thoughts on it, and she's you can tell that, it's episode 4 out of 7. She's starting to come into her own, and she wants to make the right decision, and she's seeking advice from her parents.
I tell you what, she'll probably never drink pomegranate margarita again.
Oh, she said
The way she's feeling the next day.
Well, how many times have you said that? Or how many times have I said that? Anyone?
But like,
oh, I'm never drinking again.
But no, specifically, like when you get sick off of something when you're young, you never revisit it again.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah, like I remember I had like blackberry brandy one time. It was like one of the first times I ever drank. Never again.
Never again.
So, and she'll little trial by fire here. She's probably not going to get turned up for a while.
Okay, and then cut to she's trying to go out for a late night swim at the end of the dock, or I guess at the end of the pier. It's Conrad standing out there. I like that she goes to resolve it.
Yeah.
I like that she doesn't avoid the situation. She walks down there. There's a cute,
Great song playing.
Does everybody hate me now? So that's what you were talking about. There's the guilt, right? Like, does everybody hate me now? Sorry, I made an ass of myself in front of you. But he's down there thinking about it. Like, this is the first time that he's probably internalizing, like, oh shit, I have to tell her now. She knows.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably down there like replaying how he's gonna bring up this necklace thing over and over and over again. So they're standing there quietly.
We might just get away with it.
Love it.
Love it.
Oh,
I think everyone. This is the most cinematic scene of the episode, and probably the best scene of the entire series.
The long shot when she's walking down.
It just makes you feel good. The music is perfect. What happens with up from the deck is great. These two on the pier.
It's hard. It makes it very hard. Like they've been through a lot a lot of awkwardness, a lot of unsaid stuff, a lot of just like childish banter back and forth.
It's fine. Like the chips are down here.
Yes.
Moment.
Yeah. And you're right. It's very cinematic. It's very grand. And, it's designed that way because you can't help but root for these characters, especially when a Taylor Swift song just drops in the middle of their interaction.
100% of people who watch an episode watch the episode 5 right after.
Yeah.
That's an ending. That was a great ending. You got to go watch the next one.
It did exactly what it was intended to do. As a fan, I can only assume is to break all of our hearts and leave us wanting more. And it's an admission. He admits. I like that they use the word embarrassed, right? When she asks him why he didn't give her the necklace, he said, "I guess I was embarrassed."
Like in front of everyone, that would have been an embarrassing thing.
Well, but that's the thing. It's only embarrassing if he has feelings for her.
True.
Yeah.
True.
If he found it on the street, I was like, "Oh my God, it's an infinity necklace!" Like I'll give it to Belly. It's very different, but because
Vicky has an infinity necklace.
I do have an infinity necklace that you bought me.
Yes, I did. That was at the start of this
madness
deep dive down into this TSITP.
Oh, I love it. I wear it every day. Then he says, what does he say? He says, "You don't know the effect you have on people." And then now it's her turn to play it off. Like
she doesn't, though.
She does. Well, she doesn't. But it's just, if you put yourself in her shoes, this is something she's been wanting, dreaming about, like wondering if it was ever going to happen. So for him to say that, I think it's very normal for her to be like, "Wait, is this really happening?" She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, you do. Like, you've called me out on a lot of shit, like up to this point." And
then they start leaning in. But now you know that Jeremiah.
Oh, when I was watching it.
And the music gets loud.
Did you know he was going to do it?
Do you think he was going to shoot the firework at them?
No.
He knew something's coming.
I didn't think he was going to do it. When I was watching it, it's that moment in shows or movies. I think it happens more to me in movies when you can tell there's a plot twist and you can see it coming, and now they're showing it. And I was just sitting there like, I don't know, clutching my pillow.
Yeah, Jeremiah has
clutching my pillow, being like, "Don't do it, don't do it."
You can read it all over his face. He's got like the first time you see like, I don't want to say dark side, but you see like,
oh, it's dark.
Yeah, you see like
it's dark.
Jeremiah has continuously had this like upbeat, uplifting type of attitude.
It's like scary dark. Like Gavin is.
Well, he got
angry.
His pops just dipped. His brother's about to.
He's fixing everyone else's relationships, like Steven.
Yeah. He's been here all day. No girl.
Yeah.
His dad left. Everyone else is having a girl. Now Conrad's gonna have 2. I'm gonna mess this up for him.
Oh.
He's just being a little bratty, probably.
We'll talk about it in the next episode. The episode ends, and even if you haven't watched the entire series, the trailer talks about the 2 Fisher boys and even teases that she's going to have something with Jeremiah. So, even before they released it all, that there's got to be something between her and Jeremiah. And yeah, while we could say it was him being bratty and that it was built up from some of these other occurrences, he does have feelings for Belly. And I think that's his worst nightmare. I think if he actually had feelings for her and he was, for whatever reason, taking his time on it, you just know, like, as soon as Conrad reciprocates feelings for Belly, it's over. It's over for fucking everyone. Nobody else got a shot. So, and then it ends.
We still worship this love. What a song.
Great song. Great song. So, favorite scene?
I gotta talk about something first. This is my whole thought process, right?
This is your big take.
My big take. Spoiler alert of something. If you haven't watched episode 5, 6, 7, it's not that big of a deal, but this is a spoiler coming. Do you think that this is the reason why John and Victoria aren't together anymore? Because she let Belly drink, which then torpedo the entire party
Yeah.
and ruin July 4th. It's some deep shit.
If I was putting insert myself into that relationship, I don't imagine they were in a serious enough relationship at that point yet to have survived this day.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, like that. Do
you think
it was a new relationship?
Do you think Laura went for her neck? Text message. Fires off a text message. Hey, if you're ever around Valley again, I don't want just not feed her margaritas.
No.
Or Dad's taking care of that.
I think Dad's on it.
No more pomegranates.
Yeah, we will not be stopping. We're not going to be stopping at the fruit stand next time. Yeah, I just think that it was probably a new, to your point, like fun new relationship for them, and it's a lot. It's a lot for, I don't know.
Where's Gigi all episode?
She's not a main character.
Or her. All right, favorite song. It's gotta be Taylor Swift.
It's gotta be the Taylor Swift.
False God. What are some other jams from there? You have a list?
There's a bunch of songs that I didn't know.
When Victoria pulls up.
Yes, that's So Hot, You're Hurting My Feelings.
And then I think the beach song is good too, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. It's a great one. But yeah, False God, it's perfect. Perfect for the mood, perfect for the scene. Jenny said multiple times that while she didn't have every single big musical moment picked out, she knew all of the Taylor Swift songs and she knew all of the scenes. It was already in her head for all of them.
Was this a big song in the Taylor Swift verse?
It wasn't. So Jenny loves the song too. And she said that it's her favorite song from that album. And she said that in her opinion, it should have been a single. I would have to side with Jenny on that one. Jenny said that she was driving I guess what do you call it, like music director crazy because she had him try like 8 different versions.
Oh my God, I just found that.
Where the song came in.
Okay.
Cut.
I think in the 4th episode, this is a direct quote, I'm reading it off Cinema Blend. I think in the 4th episode when we used False God, I felt sorry for our poor music editor because I made him add the song literally 8 times in different ways where I was like, can we try starting it at this moment? Can we put it here? Can we have him walk out to it? Like I wanted to see it at all different ways to see what the best way to marry it to the scene.
It would have been different if they had Conrad walking out to it. Did it say him walking out to it or her walking out to it?
Him.
And I think it's better that she finds him at the end of the pier and then she walks down to him.
I think it plays it's important for some of the most dramatic moments of the song are happening when it's on Jeremiah too. So
yeah,
it works for him as well. So which character won the episode?
I know we've been excluding her, but I think Belly wins the episode.
I disagree.
What?
She torpedoed the party.
She got an almost kiss from Conrad Fisher.
Hey, take her out. Take her out.
No, I have to unpack this.
What?
Okay, I'll let you.
If that's the main goal, then yeah, she almost got him. Her lifelong dream has come true.
It's hard.
How about it's got to be Conrad win this episode then? Okay, because
I'll let you say what you're gonna say, but that's I may flip flop. I may say Conrad.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Okay. Conrad wins the episode because he's finally out in the open. The chips are down. Mm-hmm. They know they like each other, and it's out in the air now. So if he was holding this in, it's out.
I think Conrad wins. He's happy in the beginning when he finds out his dad's not going to be there. He's being helpful with the festivities, right? Mm-hmm. First time he's genuinely happy in a scene with Belly, drawing him out a little bit. Good Conrad episode.
We did our own synopsis, gave the rundown of the episode, and this is what it says on IMDb. Let's see how you feel about it. It's the 4th of July. The fathers have come to Cousins for Susanna's annual party at the beach house. Tensions flare between Conrad and his father. Belly and the Fisher brothers make margaritas and chaos ensues with dire consequences. I will say this.
It was an important episode.
Oh, important episode. It was a great episode. Highest rated on IMDb, might I add. 7.4.
Somebody out there agrees with me.
Highest rated yet,
Oh,
I'll say. So 7.4. And so that's, I mean, it brings the heat. It's summer heat and it brings the heat.
I thought it was the right amount of fun.
I think you could watch this as a
Stand-
standalone episode.
Yeah. One of our followers wanted us to unpack a little bit of the Conrad character and the difference between episode 3 and episode 4. They said it's unclear what the actual timeline is, but that there's just such a dynamic, almost like a light switch. They said it was abrupt, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Okay, well, refresh me. How does the Summer Nights end?
The last episode was more about Conrad and Cleveland, but
Okay.
you could start to see that he was showing some interest in Belly from afar.
How does it end?
And he doesn't.
What's their last scene?
They don't have a scene. There's not a lot of Conrad. The last scene for Conrad is with him in Cleveland on the boat, where he had fucked up not showing up to help him prepare for the interview.
Okay, so I think the abruptness in which she speaks of is just the fact that he has been moping around for 3 episodes, and now all of a sudden he is chipper
Yeah.
on July 4th. So I think, thank you for writing in, by the way. I think it's just, in my opinion, the fact that he hates his dad that much that he's excited that they're going to have this big party today, and not going to have to.
Yeah.
Maybe he was expecting his dad to come, and then he found out that morning that he's not.
Yeah.
So he's like, that jolt of.
Yeah, there's a sense of relief or good news. Yeah, I mean, the timeline is definitely unclear, right? So, because you have the last episode was Belly's birthday. So if you follow along with the book, they generally get 2 cousins. They leave Philly right after school lets out. So call it June. Then you have Belly's birthday at some point. Well, it can't be July 4th, right? Because this is July 4th. So end of June is Belly's birthday. So yes, it could be abrupt. I don't know. What would be your guess? That there's like a couple of weeks in between?
No.
4th of July.
No. I'm going to put some timestamps on you there, girlie. When Shayla is talking to Steven about what happened, she says last weekend. Last weekend, she was in New York. You were talking up a Taylor.
Are you sure about that?
Boom.
Are you sure about that?
I think so.
Wow. I think you're right. Nice pull. So there you go. That's the timestamp because July 4th, I'm assuming is happening on July 4th. Belly's birthday, what? End of June, like last week of June, and puts the party at the end of June.
And you
hooked up with Taylor.
Oh no, that's just Belly's best friend. I know I'm not going to get out of this one, buddy.
So it's okay. So there's been a week between that. So if you want to call that abrupt, I guess you could. My thought on the abruptness, I didn't read it as abrupt. I didn't read it as him flip-flopping his feelings. I agree with you. I think he's happy that his dad's not coming. I think he has a lightness to him in this episode. That's the first time we see it. And
maybe he really loves clams.
I don't know. But like I said, I think this needed to happen because if not, for me, it was not believable that Belly would be so attracted to him because there's just not that many flashbacks. In the book, there are way more flashbacks that talk about the relationship and all the sweet things he does, or even if it's something very simple, like he's the older brother who's nice to her. Like there's a chapter in the book where they're going to camp out on the beach and she wants to tag along and they're just mean to her. They're like, oh no, like you can't come, boys only, shit like that. And he gets them to stop being mean to her. He kind of talks to her. And then on their way out, like he says, "Goodnight, Belly." And then the last line of that chapter, I think, is something like, "And then I knew it. I was in love," which, I mean, she's like 10 years old, 8 or 10 years old. But yeah, I think, I don't know if this is abrupt. I think that he definitely does have feelings for her, which we saw. I think that it's a return to his old self, that for whatever reason, he is in a better mindset, in a better headspace, and it's allowing us to see in present time more of the normal Connie, right? Before all this other baggage or weight of the world got thrown on him. So
So
that's what I think. I don't think it flips on a dime.
continue sending in these questions and we'll do a mailbag episode next time.
Yeah.
So fire those questions in, gang. We'd love to riff. All right. So episode 4, Summer Heat, directed by Jeff Chan. He also directed Summer Nights, the one before. Teleplay by, his name is completely real, Speed Weed. Teleplay by Speed Weed, who has also done anything important. Arrow.
What?
Yeah.
Shout out.
Co-executive producer and writer. Vicky's
Beautiful.
a huge Arrow fan. Okay. And then, like I mentioned before, 7.4 on IMDb, the highest rated episode to date. So, what an episode.
You asked me before.
Oh yeah, what's your read on the stars?
10.
10. I rated it 10 on IMDb. So, I'm
So
gonna influence
gonna
that
boost
rating
that-
a little bit. Yeah.
that
I mean, there's
score.
hundreds of them, so I don't know
Yeah.
how much.
I give it a 10. I will be totally self-aware. I think I told you this. The scenes are great. There's not a lot of lag or drag. There's not a lot that I would skip on a rewatch. And if I did skip anything, it'd be 30 seconds anyway. So you just power through it. And there's 3 Conrad and Belly scenes, and they're all great scenes. So you got the bed making, the shower scene, and then the scene to end it. So if you're a Belly and Conrad shipper, you get through the episode just to hit those 3 points, and that's what I do.
All right.
I love it.
BetterWithGlassespod on Instagram, betterwithglassespod@gmail.com if you want to write in. Thank you guys for checking us out. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. Y'all are the best.
And we'll see you next time.